Hello and welcome to Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer, your host for the show. Busy show lined up today, and we're going to start off with Saturn Douglas. Saturn is with Southern University. Kevin Gardere, our good friend from BirdgeHouse, Grace House, will be joining us. Derrick Martin. Derrick is with the Algiers Economic Development Foundation. Jessica Steverson. Jessica is with the World Trade Center of New Orleans. And our very good friend, Sonny Lee. Sonny is the founder of Son of a Saint Foundation and just a true inspiration to be a part of his foundation and to hear what he's got to say. Steve Sawyer, Across Louisiana. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. So happy you have taken the opportunity to join us today. Our first guest is Miss Saturn Douglas, and Saturn is an academic recruiter for Southern University in Baton Rouge. Thank you so much for taking time and for driving down to be on the show. Now, let me ask the first question. Are you a Southern graduate?
I am a Southern graduate. I'm part of the very proud Alumni Federation.
You have a football team there, I think, right?
I think we do have a pretty good football team.
Well, I know Cox is very much involved in the Bayou Classic. I got to tell you, the thing that I love about the Bayou Classic and with Southern and Grambling, everybody that is involved in that talks tradition, they talk family, and I'm sure as an academic recruiter, that's got to be one of the things that's attractive for students who want to enroll at Southern.
It is very attractive, and actually, when I came to Southern, going to the first Bayou Classic is what sold me. I was blown away, right? Because I came as an exchange student, as an undergrad, and when I went to the Bayou Classic, that just sealed the deal for me. So I came back to get my master's from Southern University, and since that first time in 2007, my family has not seen me for Thanksgiving. They already know, don't look for Saturn because she'll be at the Bayou Classic.
Well, I've got to be honest with you, Saturn. Cox is a big sponsor of the Bayou Classic, and when that time of year rolls around, we have people on the show representing the Bayou Classic. We have people from Southern, we have people from Grambling, and it's amazing the stories they tell of how families come together, and there's so many families, they have kids that go to Grambling and they go to Southern. And I mean, as someone who went to Southern, what is it about Southern that is just so attractive? Because I think now you're really getting a lot of students who are outside of the Louisiana area as well. We
are. What makes Southern so attractive is the rich culture, the history. From each brick at Southern University is part of the history, from Harding Boulevard all the way to the Bluff. And then we bring that history to the New Orleans area during Bayou Classic also. And the word is out about Southern University. This fall class, we're expecting students from Alaska, Delaware, the Carolinas, Colorado, places we haven't really seen students before, even all the way from Ontario, Canada. And we're really excited for that. So even our students here in Louisiana, even though they're staying in-state and going to a college in-state, they're going to have access to a world-class education, and their peers are going to be from all over the nation. So that's something that we're really proud of, and that we would like to continue that tradition at Southern.
Academic community is growing. I mean, as far as attendance, is it at an all-time high now, or?
It is. Last year we had our largest class. Our freshman class increased by 40%, which was really great for us, and we want to keep that momentum going. We want to keep that number growing, and Southern University to continue growing. We are the largest HBCU out there. We're the only HBCU to have a system, which means we have 5 campuses. We have our New Orleans campus, we have our Shreveport campus, we have our Baton Rouge campus, we have our Ag Center, and we also have our Law Center. So whatever your academic dreams are, we have something that will fit you. So there's a place for everybody at Southern.
Well, Saturn, your website is www.subr.edu. We're going to put that on the screen. All information about Southern University as far as enrollment and admissions and can be found on that website?
All information can be found on their website. You can go on that website to apply for admissions. You can go on their website to find out your financial aid information. And there's also phone numbers for each department that you need to get in contact with. So
when do y'all begin enrollment for the upcoming semester?
We're enrolling students now. It's not too late to apply. You can still apply. School starts on August 18th. We have a new campaign and going out, and it's called Where Will You Be on August 18th.
Cool.
And that's kind of encouraging students who want to know that, being on the Bluff is a place to be on August 18th.
Well, let me wrap it up one more time, www.subr.edu. Saturn, thank you so much for driving down and being a part of the show, and best of success to you. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana again. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. One of our best friends that we have on Across Louisiana, Kevin Gardere. Kevin is the Executive Director of Development for BirdgeHouse, Grace House. Kevin, as always, thank you so much for taking time to be on the show. We greatly appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having us.
Listen,
again, Steve.
let's talk about, and I say you've been on the show several times, but again, for our first-time viewers, let's talk about the mission of Grace House, BirdgeHouse.
Absolutely. We are a long-term residential substance abuse treatment facility.
Men and women?
Men and women.
Okay.
BirdgeHouse is our men's program and Grace House is our women's program, which means that the individuals that come to us and complete our program are alcoholics and addicts that want help and live with us 24/7, and those who complete are staying with us up to 10 months, 12 months.
Wow.
So we're really unique in that there's not many long-term substance abuse treatment facilities, residential, in this area. Or really, we're the only one with that length of stay.
Yeah.
And we really find that the individuals who come to us really need that length of stay. They've been through 3.5 treatment episodes before they come to our door, and they've really lost everything. They have
Wow.
no means to pay for any other type of treatment. We get people from all walks of life,
Yeah.
those who have been living under the bridge for 3 years to those who were extremely successful in their career and lost it all because of their addiction.
Yeah.
But no matter how they showed up to our door, they're treated with dignity, honor, respect, and we treat the whole person and not just the addiction.
Well, and Kevin, a lot of that comes from, you've got a great heart. A lot of that comes from you. And with what you guys do, I mean, I've got to be realistic and say it takes money.
It does.
To do this, and I'm just curious about your funding. I don't know if you how your funding works. I don't know if you get money from the state or.
We do get government support, and that covers about 30% of our budget. And then, which also makes us very unique, is we have 3 other funding streams that are all because of the public support and because of your donations. Our thrift stores bring in about another 30% of our funding. Our car lot, where people donate their vehicles, our residents work on them to refurbish them, and our residents sell them, and that brings about 20%. And then the fundraising events and foundations and corporations like Cox brings in another.
Well, let me ask, for your thrift stores, people can donate clothing. Is there a limit? I mean,
There's no limit on clothing. They can donate clothing, furniture. Of course, the majority, I would say 98% of your donations to us is going to be sold in our thrift store.
Yeah.
We do the residents.
I mean, and honestly, you're making money to run your organization.
Yes, our thrift stores do extremely well. We have 2, one on Airline Drive in the M.A. Green Shopping Center on your way to the airport, and the other one at our historic BirdgeHouse location.
Well, let's talk real quick before we have to go. Your 14th annual Mr. Legs contest is coming up. Let's talk about that.
I thought you were going to be in it this year.
Hey, listen, you want to make money.
You want to make
lose money.
So
I've got athlete legs.
It's our 14th year, and it started, as a parody of a beauty contest, and it's really taken off. With some of the contestants have really come up with some elaborate performances, and it's quite an event. You have to see it. We have 18 volunteers who are contestants. They usually pick a famous individual as their character, and they dance to a certain song and come out in costume. Mr. Legs is, we have celebrity judges which will give out best performance, best costume, and then the winner of Mr. Legs is the individual who raises the most money for us.
Well, let me wrap it up by, again, website is www.bridgehouse.org. All the information about BirdgeHouse, Grace House can be found there, and all the Mr. Legs. It is a fundraiser, and you heard Kevin say that 30% of their money comes from only grants. Everything else they're having to raise on their own, so they do need your help. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana again. So glad you were able to join us today. Our next guest is Derrick Martin, and Derrick is the Executive Director for the Algiers Economic Development Foundation. And Derrick, your first time to be on the show. Greatly appreciate you taking time to be here. Talk about the mission of your organization and your focus and what you guys focus on.
Sure. Well, first, thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it. And as regards to our mission, I kind of like to look at it at maybe 2 or 3 different points. Don't want to bore folks exactly what the mission is, but in essence, we are an economic development organization that our core principles and our mission is to really drive investment into the community of Algiers. And that investment can come in multiple ways, from retail, from new business, and more specifically, business retention and expansion. We do realize that about 75 to 80% of new jobs are going to come from existing businesses. So it can be argued that business retention and expansion is probably one of the most critical components within economic development.
Would it be fair or unfair to say that you're kind of like a chamber of commerce in ways, or?
Historically, we have been looked at as a chamber of commerce, but what we do differently is really focus in on the growth and the health of the local businesses.
Your website is algierseconomic.com.
Correct.
Membership in the organization, all that can be found, we'll put the website on the screen, but things like membership and all that can be found on the website?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we just launched our new website, so everything that you want to know about the organization can be found, as you mentioned, at algierseconomic.com.
Now, do y'all do things like volunteerism for community events and things like that? Or, I mean, if I'm interested in looking at volunteering for something and I want to donate some time, would that be something that you guys would be involved in?
Absolutely. We are open to that, but what happens is we have quite a few community organizations that we are tied into, and so we would redirect you probably to one of those community organizations.
Okay, well, and that's very good, because I know a lot of people, I mean, they just want, I want to do something and I need help in what I want to do, and it sounds like from what I'm hearing that your organization will be the perfect organization to contact, especially if I live in Algiers and I want to give back to my community. Working with you guys would be a great way to do that.
Absolutely. We have several signature events that we champion, one being the largest, which is the Wednesdays on a Point, which happens around this time. It's coming up July 9th. That's a great component where someone, if they wanted to volunteer one of the 8 weeks or maybe all of the 8 weeks, we definitely would welcome that.
Huge event.
Huge, absolutely.
How many years have you been doing that?
Well, the organization, this is going to be our 6th year. And so I can tell you, we kind of like to stop right there and just say thank you to our leading sponsors in First NBC and Southern Eagle for really allowing us to kind of continue to move forward with this opportunity.
And the crowds, I mean, I've been, and the crowds seem to get bigger and bigger and bigger every year.
Last year, the numbers was just north of 20,000 people over the 8-week period. So you're looking at anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 people on any given Wednesday.
Oh, God. That is incredible. What about the ferries? Do y'all do anything with the ferries in Algiers?
We do. So part of what we do as economic development is a little bit of advocacy, public policy. And so we follow that closely because the ferry is an important aspect of transportation means for folks in Algiers Point. So just recently, the RTA, led by Justin Augustine, announced in our community meeting about a week and a half ago that they're going to expand the ferry hours from 7:15 a.m. to 6 a.m. all the way to 10 p.m.
That's incredible.
And that's going to start July 21st, I believe.
Derrick, they're telling me that I got to wrap this up. I just want to thank you for taking time to be on the show. Derrick Martin is our Executive Director for the Algiers Economic Development Foundation. We have a couple more guests. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana again. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I'd like to welcome a first-time guest, Jessica Steverson. She is the Marketing Director for the World Trade Center of New Orleans. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
As first time being on the show, Jessica, let me ask, the World Trade Center, talk a little bit about the mission of the organization, because I really don't think a lot of people know exactly what your focus is.
Sure. Our mission is to create jobs and wealth through international trade. We do that through a variety of different areas. We have 8 core areas that we work in. But mainly it's through allied activities with our partners throughout the state, but it's really just focused on building economic development and international trade here.
And what are some of your recent successes that you've had in that field?
Sure. Part of what we do is through our committee work and through our other involvement, we have things like the Mississippi River Alliance that we recently created, which is an alliance of 10 World Trade Centers throughout the Mississippi River Basin. We're working to build needs along the river and kind of address those needs and through committee-like structure.
Is a lot of your focus on the river itself and trade along the river?
It's focused primarily on commerce. Of course, that's the key to trade here through its different routes. But the river plays a primary role here, so it's definitely our major concern.
Now, you've got, and we were talking before we started here, your speaker series. That sounds like such an exciting event that you guys are doing. Talk a little bit about the speaker series and how people can get more involved in that.
Yeah, so I mentioned one of the core areas that we work in, and one of them is events and programs. And one of those is our executive speaker series. We founded it in 2012. So this year, we're really excited. It's another year we're doing this. And we've already had our first speaker. It's for a year. And our first one with Tyson Foods. We have another one with Leidos, Whole Foods, and then Quanta Services.
And what is this something that people, I mean, anybody can come in and be a part of this? Is it a paid-for event?
Yeah, it's a paid-for event. It's open to members and non-members, but it's really a great way for Louisiana businesses to learn from these national leaders in their industry. These are Fortune 500 CEOs or leading executives from within the company. So it's not an often opportunity that comes about for these businesses. So we want to make that available to our Louisiana.
And where do you hold these at?
They're normally hosted at the Westin Canal Place. So we have a room set up and we're usually there.
What a great place to be.
Yeah, it's a great place to be,
even
right
after
there.
The speaker series, get a little shopping done. Now, Jess, your website is www.wtcno.org. We'll put that on the screen. But all information about the speaker series and the World Trade Center in general can be found on that website?
Definitely. You can register online. That's probably the best way to register, or you can call us at our telephone number, which I think is on the screen.
Yeah. Now, do y'all, I mean, as far as areas that you serve, I mean, and I'm probably phrasing this wrong, and I apologize for that, but like chambers serve different areas or different regions. You guys, I'm thinking probably much more global in your service area.
We are global. Our organization, the World Trade Center, we were the first World Trade Center, and now there's more than 300 around the world. We're a huge network, and we use each other to help our member businesses grow. Specifically for the state, though, we're really the only international trade organization that serves the state of Louisiana.
Really?
So we're based in New Orleans. Our name says New Orleans, but we represent the entire state.
Yeah. And as far as being a member, information on the website can be found about how I can be a member, and then as a member, what would that allow me to do or to be a part of?
Yeah, the website definitely has membership information, but membership, the way we've structured it is based on involvement. So it really depends on how involved you want to be in the direction of the organization or what kind of benefits you need. We offer anything from trade services, which is trade intelligence for your company, whether it's helping you find new markets for your product or source products from somewhere new. We can help you with that.
Great. Again, that website is www.wtcno.org. All the information can be found. Jessica, thank you so much for being on the show. Greatly appreciate it. We have one more guest. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. As always, we save the best for last, and one of our dearest and closest friends, Sonny Lee. Sonny is the founder of Son of a Saint Foundation, and Sonny Lee is becoming the name in the community for someone who has given back. Sonny, thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you for having me.
I got to ask, I've not seen the shirt before. Is that something, Son of a Saint?
This is one of our new shirts. This is a Son of a Saint shirt. And we have a bunch of the players actually wearing them. Some of the Saints players have been wearing them around town. We sent them to them. So
is that something a public can buy?
Public can buy. They can purchase it at sonofasaint.org. It's $25. It's the most comfortable shirt that you'll have in your drawer. I promise you. So it's great. It's comfortable and
And I'm assuming that all the money goes to the organization and everything?
All the money goes to our program.
Okay. And again, that website, just so we'll do that, is Son of a Saint. God, that's a tough website. Sonofasaint.org. All the information about Son of a Saint, and then I got to get one. Did those come in XXX?
I already sent one to your office.
Oh, God bless you.
There you
So,
go.
Sonny, let's do this. You've got 2 great events coming up
Yes.
that I know you're so proud to be a part of. Your 3rd annual birthday party is going to be July the 12th. Talk a little
Yeah.
bit about that.
Well, we turned 3 on July 12th, and we wanted to celebrate it. We've been doing some great things in the community. It's going to be at Dad Dog on Ferret Street. We're going to have an acoustic band. We have a Son of a Saint hot dog, and so $1 of that goes to our program, but also people can donate on top of that. We'll have some special guests come by, so we ask folks to bring their kids and come on by.
Son of
Check
a
it
Saint
out.
hot dog, is that like one of
Son
your
of a-
favorites, or?
Well, we actually creating it just for the event.
Oh, okay.
So we still have to figure out what it's going to be, but it's going to be good for sure.
Well, happy 3 years.
Thank you.
Your gala is coming
Yes.
up on toward the end of the year.
November 1st.
And that is one incredible event.
Thank you.
This will be the 3rd annual.
This is the 3rd one. It's at the Windsor Court Hotel. Tickets are online, sonofasaint.org. And what's good about it is that we actually have the kids. We have a gala for the kids right next
Absolutely.
door to the adult one. So it's going to be a good time. We have music guests. Steve Gleason hosted for us the last couple years. So you know we're developing a great committee for it,
Yeah.
and you know it's going to be a really good time. The food is amazing. There's a 4-course meal, wine pairings, and then there's open bar. You know everything. So it's a great event.
Well, I thought what was so neat last year is because we went not knowing the kids were next door.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that was such a neat.
Well, maybe I just said the surprise,
that's-
but
I think
no,
that's
the
kinda cool.
It is. The kids get dressed up. We go get them. We get them all suits. Get them a haircut. We actually have limousine livery. They sponsor the kids,
Wow.
but they pick them up and bring them out there. And we have a girls organization. You know, meet with the boys, and they're in the next room having a great time. So, and Windsor Court provides food for them, and we have some music for the kids. So the people who attend the gala can walk over and greet the kids and introduce themselves, and it's just a great time.
And the smiles on these kids' faces,
yeah.
and I encourage you to please, Sonny's doing such a great job in our community, sonofasaint.org. Go to the website, look at the information. All of the things that you're doing are just absolutely phenomenal. But as in many organizations, it takes money to do a lot of this stuff.
It
and
does.
a lot of this, I give you credit because a lot of the stuff you drive yourself
Yes.
and you try to do. It's just such a wonderful organization. And
Thank you.
Sonny was one of our speakers for our Inspirational Heroes event and brought one of his kids. And I got to tell you, just the most best-mannered
Thank you.
kid I had been around, and a lot of that is as a tribute to what you do. Sonny, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
We love you. Just please continue to come back, keep us
Same
updated
here.
on what
Sure
you're
will.
doing. You've been watching Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer, and we will see you next time.